Juveniles arrested. Several people in custody after a chase this morning that ended in southeast Raleigh. What we're learning about that chase that started in Garner.
A breezy and cooler day ahead, and it's going to get colder. Wind temperatures get back down into the 30s, and who could see some patchy frost?
Back on today. This morning, Savannah Guthrie returns to the anchor desk months after her mother's disappearance, which she says helped her make this really tough decision. And we thank you for turning on your news channel, WRAL News, on your Monday morning, 6 a.m. Really hard waking up after Easter Sunday, but we thank you for doing so. I'm Laura Levine.
I'm Chris Levigan, especially when you had the dinner that I had.
Oh,
some lamb, some potatoes. It was a good time
I had
there.
A pot roast.
Oh, very good. But we're swinging here into Monday morning where you're waking up. Maybe have some hot coffee because it's cool outside.
Yes.
We have meteorologist Amy Wilmoth tracking that right now in the WRAL Severe Weather Center.
That is right. We had a cold front move through Easter Sunday, and now we're feeling the effects of that as far as the temperature is concerned. We've dropped to 47 now in Raleigh and Durham, so it is chilly. You'll want the jacket heading out the door this morning. 45 is the current temperature in Roxborough, one of the cooler spots. It's 49 in Rocky Mount and 51 in Fayetteville. Over 20 degrees cooler right now in the Triangle compared to this time yesterday. If you remember to yesterday morning, Easter Sunday, you stepped outside, it was warm, it was very humid. It feels a lot different, a lot cooler and lower humidity, and it's going to be a nice day today. Temperatures stay just shy of our normal high of 70 this afternoon. Well, partly cloudy skies at lunchtime. We're at 60 degrees. High temperatures climb into the upper 60s this afternoon. Temperatures will drop as we head into Wednesday morning. I'll show you who could see some patchy frost coming up, Ken.
Hi, Amy, at 6:01. Let's start outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Page Road. These are the eastbound lanes heading into the Raleigh-Ray County area, flowing at a nice steady clip. Traffic beginning to pick up just a little bit, but we're seeing very little to no delays on all of our major routes heading into the Raleigh-Ray County area. Just a 1-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest this morning. No delays if you're coming in from Garner, Johnston County, or even Knightdale, Apex. All delay free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Okay, Ken, thank you. This morning, several juveniles are in police custody after a chase that ended in southeast Raleigh. Elizabeth Holmes is live at the Garner Police Department, really walking us through all of this. She's in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. And Elizabeth, police tell us that this actually started in Garner.
Laura, that's right. Garner police say it started close to Timber Drive here in Garner, and they said that multiple juveniles were taken into custody. Now, radio traffic suggests at least 2 people may have been taken into custody at this hour. We're still working to confirm that. Now, again, we know that this started close to Timber Drive and then ended on Dacian Road in southeast Raleigh. That's several miles away. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was on the scene around 3 this morning, and you can see from this video that a white sedan may have been involved in this pursuit. We also know that a Garner police vehicle was damaged, but it was not by the driver who was being chased. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Again, at this hour, we're still working to learn what actually led up to this pursuit and, again, how many people are involved. In Garner, I'm Elizabeth Holmes, WRAL News.
We are also working to get new information about this right here on your screen, this police response in Raleigh this morning. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker saw about 10 police cars outside the Woods Bar and Lounge on Rush Street, and this was just after 2 this morning. There were also firefighters and an ambulance at that scene. And so we've reached out to Raleigh police to learn a little bit more about what happened here. This afternoon, a former Wake Forest town employee will be in court for the first time after police say she shot her uncle and then refused to leave the home where this happened. I'm talking about 48-year-old Magda Holloway right here on your screen. She's accused of shooting her uncle at a Wake Forest home yesterday, and police say when they arrived, she refused to come out of that home. And her uncle, who was shot, refused to go to a hospital or even seek medical care. He actually told our team on scene there that an argument between him and Holloway, that is what led to the shooting. And some of Holloway's other family members, they sort of disagreed with that story. Holloway is at the Wake County Detention Center under no bond.
New this morning, a man is in the hospital after a shooting in Cumberland County that happened yesterday afternoon. This happened on Dudley Road. Deputies say they found a man who had been shot and he was taken to the hospital. No word on his condition, but at last check, he was doing okay. We're still working to learn if a suspect has been arrested. The sheriff's office believes there is no threat to the public.
Oh, we are less than 12 hours away from the Artemis 2 mission making its closest pass to the moon. Today marks the 6th day of their 10-day mission. The 4 astronauts, including NC State alum Christina Cook, we know that we'll be getting a closer up view of the lunar surface end of the moon, and we're talking about the capsule entering the lunar sphere of influence just before 1 this morning. Essentially, they'll make their pass around the moon starting around 2 p.m. Pretty cool.
This morning, Savannah Guthrie returns to the Today Show. Her return comes more than 2 months after she took a leave of absence following her mother, Nancy Guthrie's disappearance and kidnapping. Investigators believe Guthrie was kidnapped from her home on February 1st. She has not been found. In the next 10 minutes, WRAL's Megan Clorty breaks down the reasons behind her return.
Okay, Laura, let's get our viewers caught up on the war in Iran. An early morning Iranian drone attack damaged a telecommunications building in the United Arab Emirates. And a state-run news agency says no injuries have been reported. New threats against Iran's energy infrastructure have come from President Donald Trump. He made them yesterday and previously threatened to strike Iran's power plants if they missed tomorrow's deadline to make a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. An attack on civilian infrastructure can be considered a war crime under international law. And this afternoon, the president will hold a press conference with an update on the war.
A large portion of the world's oil supply goes through the Strait of Hormuz, and right now drivers across the country are really feeling the higher prices at the pump. North Carolina is seeing gas prices almost $1 higher this month than last. The average price in the state is $3.93. In Raleigh, you'll pay $3.96 per gallon, and in Durham, it will cost you $3.98. You can find the cheapest gas in your area by just going to WRAL.com and the WRAL fuel tracker. Just search fuel on our website. Happening today, leaders in Wake County are looking at how they will fund public schools. Wake County commissioners are holding a budget workshop this afternoon. WRAL's Ali Kadlabar is live at the Wake County Justice Center. And Ali, this comes at the same time the school district is set to present its budget proposal tomorrow.
Yeah, Laura, the county and the school district, they are connected when it comes to funding. The county is a source of funding for the school district. So today, we're going to see commissioners talk about the county and school facilities needs. Now, last month, Superintendent Robert Taylor told the school board he planned to cut millions of dollars in special education funding. He also planned to ask county commissioners for a $25 million funding increase. Now, teachers and parents protested these ideas outside of schools. The school board also told Taylor they didn't support it. So Taylor said he'd come back with solutions tomorrow. WRAL education reporter Emily Walkenhorst says the county will play a big role in the school district's budget.
One thing to remember is the school board ultimately recommends that budget to commissioners who ultimately approve a budget.
County commissioners, as well as the state and the U.S. Department of Education, will determine how much money the school district gets. Now, Taylor is expected to present his budget proposal tomorrow night. You can read more about this on the NC Capitol section on WRAL.com. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
Starting today, construction for the next phase of the Complete 540 project will move forward. Starting tonight, I-87 South between Smithfield Road and Hodge Road will temporarily close during the overnight hours. And then on Wednesday, the overnight closures move to the northbound side. We spoke with drivers who have some mixed feelings about this road work happening.
I think it's great for the economy and getting places quicker. I understand everything's growing, but they're tearing down a lot of nature.
And drivers should follow detours posted to get around this construction. The entire 540 expansion will connect the Triangle Expressway to the I-40 interchange near Garner and Clayton. Today, a former state lawmaker who is facing several child sex charges is scheduled to appear in court. Cecil Brockman faces charges for statutory sex offense with a child, indecent liberties, and sexual exploitation. He was serving in the state house representing Guilford County when he was arrested last fall. This is him leaving the jail after that happened. He resigned several weeks later. And prosecutors accused Brockman of living with that teenage victim for months. His hearing is at 10 a.m. in Guilford County.
This week, the man accused of killing 3 people in a mass shooting at an outdoor bar in Southport is scheduled for 2 court hearings. We're talking about Nigel Edge here, who is scheduled for an administrative hearing today and a Rule 24 motion hearing on Tuesday. Edge is accused of firing at people at the American Fish Company from his boat in September, killing 3 people and injuring several others. The Rule 24 hearing will determine whether prosecutors will seek the death penalty against Edge if he is found guilty. That hearing was originally scheduled for February, but Edge's defense attorney said they needed more time for another mental evaluation. The district attorney said Edge had been evaluated twice, with at least one doctor saying Edge was unlikely to regain competence. A person in North Carolina cannot be sentenced to death if they are deemed mentally incompetent.
Tomorrow, a Vance County woman accused of the stabbing death of another woman will be in court. 24-year-old Naisha Wynn is charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, and she's being held in the Vance County Detention Center without bond. Deputies say they responded to a home on Vincent Hoyle Road, and this was around 2 a.m., and that is where they found 26-year-old Jacia Wright suffering from stab wounds in the front yard. She later died at the hospital, and Wynn was detained at that scene. Investigators say that this case is ongoing.
Right now, we're working to learn more about what led to this large law enforcement presence at a Walmart in Morrisville over the weekend. This happened at the Walmart on Shiloh Glen Drive in Morrisville. Police were seen blocking the entrance with their cars. Workers and customers were left waiting outside. We have reached out to learn more about this situation. Happening today, Raleigh City Council is working on city funding. The leaders will meet for a budget work session to determine where the city's money is most needed. Today's meeting starts at 4 p.m.
And Laura, in Johnson County, the Finance Corporation is holding a special meeting, and this is about the funding for the new build at Clayton High School. They're considering a resolution to approve the plan to finance this project, and the county commissioners will authorize the execution and delivery of documents connected to that project. Today's meeting is directly after the Board of Commissioners meeting, and that is at 10 a.m.
Coming up next here, Savannah Guthrie's return. This morning, she will be back on the Today Show for the first time since her mother's disappearance. How her faith is guiding this decision to step back into her role.
Plus, battery starts fire. Firefighters battled flames at a home in Northampton County. How the fire chief says you can prevent similar fires like this.
And grab the jackets. It's a little chilly outside this morning. We're down into the upper 40s, certainly cooler behind the front that rolled through yesterday. I'll show you when we drop down into the 30s coming up.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in for Elizabeth this morning. You're looking live at Carr Lake, a beautiful sunrise over the lake this morning. It's a little chilly outside, so you might want the jacket if you're about to step outside. It's at 47 right now in Raleigh and Durham, 46 in Lewisburg. One of the cooler spots, Roanoke Rapids, checking in at 41 degrees, 39 in Siler City right now. It's 51 in Fayetteville. Definitely cooler out there this morning compared to yesterday, and the humidity is down as well. High temperatures today climbing to the upper 60s under partly cloudy skies. It'll be a pretty nice afternoon. The normal high this time of year is 70, so we're just shy of the normal for this time of year. Low 60s through about 8 o'clock this evening, and then it cools back down into the upper 50s by 9 o'clock. I'll show you when we dip down into the 30s coming up in just a bit, Ken.
All right, Elizabeth, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We're going to start with this live look at I-40 and Airport Boulevard, one of the major routes heading to RD International this morning. Of course, you might be heading for a business trip. It's Monday after all, or you're starting your spring break vacation that involves air travel. Well, we've checked all the major routes headed to RD International this morning. It's all delay free. Coming up, I'll let you know if I'm picking up any delays on any of the major routes around the Triangle.
All right, sounds good, Ken. Thank you. Well, this morning, Savannah Guthrie returns to the Today Show 2 months after her mother's abduction. And she spoke with Hoda Kotb about the uncertainty and, frankly, the despair that she feels in not knowing what happened to her mother, Nancy. WRAL's Megan Clardy shows us some of the moments that Guthrie shared in this 3-part interview.
This will be the first time Guthrie has been back to her role as co-anchor of the Today Show since January 30th. 2 days before her sister reported their mother missing from her Tucson home.
God is how I'm holding hands with my mom.
In the interview that aired at the end of last month, Guthrie told her former colleague and friend, Hoda Kotb, she's heartbroken. She again asked the people who know where her mother is to do the right thing. Guthrie has been the main anchor of Today since 2012. She shared that she doesn't know whether she'll be able to do the job in the same way as before her family tragedy, but she wants to try.
I think it's part of my purpose right now. I want to smile. And when I do, it will be real. and my joy will be my protest.
Guthrie says she considers her colleagues her family and has felt the prayers and support from them and from Today Show viewers who've written in and sent well wishes. Guthrie acknowledging it's going to be very challenging to come back to work, especially given that her 84-year-old mother remains missing and investigators are still working to find leads in this case. But she is expected to be back at the anchor desk in Studio 1A later this morning. Megan Cloherty, WRAL News.
The Writers Guild of America reached a tentative deal with major studios this weekend. The preliminary deal is a win for the union. They bargained for additional contributions to its health fund and pension plan. The deal includes AI protections as well. It also has 4 years compared to the typical 3-year contract term. Members will vote on whether to finalize the deal later this month. This morning, we are learning new details about a large fire in Northampton County that happened over the weekend. The fire marshal says it was likely started by a lithium-ion battery malfunction. Fire crews battled a quickly spreading fire at this home on Millstone Road there in Northampton County. Officials say fortunately no one was hurt and no other structures were damaged. But right now, North Carolina is still under a burn ban because of increased wildfire risks. A Roanoke Wildlife and Wildwood Volunteer Fire Chief Lorenzo Wilkins says that these dry conditions are making it really difficult to contain fires quickly.
Favorable for fires right now. We're trying to make sure we get there in a timely manner and get water on it as quick as possible because we don't want anybody to lose their home.
So to prevent lithium-ion battery fires, the chief says to check the battery's date, replace old batteries, and if they appear damaged, do not use them.
Just a reminder, it is a burn ban, not burn suggestion. I mean, it's that situation that we're talking about, why you say, folks, do not burn outside, but obviously that battery, not a good mix, because we haven't seen that significant rainfall in order to end that drought.
Right, and we had rain yesterday,
but
it just wasn't really enough to help things. It's still very, very dry outside. Now the front has passed and the cooler air settles in. High pressure's with us for the next several days, and we have very little to no rain chances for quite some time. More on that in just a moment. Take a look at what we had over the last 24 hours. At least it's something. At least we had a little bit of rain yesterday. Certainly our eastern counties did better with the rainfall totals compared to everyone else. That's where we had a couple of heavier bands of showers and even some thunderstorms develop yesterday, and that's where we had over an inch of rain in at least some spots. So we had some rain yesterday, but we're still in a drought. The entire state in a drought right now. So it's fairly bleak when you look at our rain chances. It's a bunch of zeros today all the way through Sunday. No weather makers bringing us rain anytime soon, which is some bad news. Now, if you want to get outside and work in the garden, you're going to need to water your garden this week. You have the green light every day. It's going to be nice and quiet. The weather's beautiful, but we desperately need the rain. So it's kind of sad to see those zeros for our rain chances for the next several days. This is a live look at Fenton and Cary. Pretty quiet this morning. The big story this morning, the cooler temperatures. We're down into the 40s and 50s right now. 45 in Roxborough, 47 in Cary. It's 52 in Garner, 49 in Chapel Hill and Rocky Mount. Hour by hour today, maybe you want to come to the WRAL Gardens. I know a lot of Wake County kids have a teacher work day today. Come to the gardens, get some pictures. Beautiful with the azaleas starting to bloom. Upper 60s for highs this afternoon. A beautiful day through the day today. Tomorrow, temperatures are going to be in the mid 60s, mostly sunny, but tomorrow night we get down into the 30s, 38 degrees for the low temperature. So some patchy frost will be possible Wednesday morning. Mostly sunny Wednesday afternoon. We'll have a high of 63, 69 as we head into Thursday, and then warmer for the weekend, 70s for Friday and Saturday, and then back into the low 80s by Sunday, Ken.
All right, Amy, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Let's start outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. These are the westbound lanes moving away from us. You can see traffic has picked up just a little bit, but flowing nicely in all directions, and really we're not seeing any delays on any of our major routes. You're coming in from Wake Forest and US 1. You're coming in from Knightdale, even I-40 West and Garner, Johnston County, just a 1-minute delay. You're getting ready to head into the car, though. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Honoring Greg Biffle, a North Carolina Easter celebration, lifting spirits in the Black Mountain community. How the fundraiser paid respect to the late NASCAR driver.
Plus, artificial color warning. You know, some labels could actually be misleading you, which is why 5 on your side will explain what might still be hiding in your food. A town in western North Carolina honored the late NASCAR driver Greg Biffle this weekend. The Black Mountain community hosted an egg drop in honor of him. You may recall he died back in December. And last year, Biffle and the Easter Bunny hosted an egg drop to lift the spirits of Helene victims. And this past weekend, the community dropped more than 17,000 eggs filled with candy or even money. And the event's organizers, they wanted to honor Biffle's generosity.
We are honoring Greg Biffle with this drop this year because he was our original pilot. So today is an extra special day. Not only are we paying it forward for the community, but we're also paying it forward for the Biffle family who did so much in this community during Helene.
Well, and if you didn't know, Biffle played a critical role in helping victims of Helene. His single rescue mission turned into a week-long effort. He and his team helped the hard-hit areas that were cut off by the storm.
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
Okay, let's get into it. The first eaglets of the year born, plus a big weekend for Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, to talk about this morning, we have our friend Kit Smith back from a nice, well-deserved time off.
I'm feeling well-rested.
Good.
Hey, the eaglets always very popular, right? The beloved bald eagle pair, Jackie and Shadow, welcoming the first eaglet of the year over the weekend. After 36 hours, the little bird hatched just after 9 o'clock last night at Big Bear Lake. The baby's arrival caught on live stream, operated by the nonprofit Friends of Big Bear Valley.
36 hours, that poor mama. Well, at least one other egg hatched as well. Until they're officially named, the eaglets will actually be referred to as Chick 1 and Chick 2.
I hope they don't change it. I like those names.
No, they have to be given names.
Yeah, because when we had our twins, it was baby A and baby B.
Okay, fair.
That's true.
All right. Hey, March Madness on the brain, so let's talk about a big weekend for former Duke basketball star and NBA rookie Cooper Flagg. He scored 45 points, surpassing that mark for the second consecutive game with 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and 1 block. It marked a major milestone for Flagg.
And I'll tell you what, NBC says that Flagg is the first rookie to post 40 points effort in consecutive games since Allen Iverson did it 5 times since the 1996-97 season.
Yeah. He's going to be one to watch for sure.
Impressive company.
Thanks, Ken. Well, sticking with sports here, the UCLA Lady Bruins made history yesterday after dominating the South Carolina Gamecocks. It was a great game. This is the first women's NCAA championship in the UCLA program's history. The Lady Bruins maintained a lead the entire game. They were on fire. The final score was 79 Bruins, 51 Gamecocks. And tonight, UConn and Michigan will play for the men's national championship. Tip-off is at 8:50 p.m.
Your time is 6:26 this morning. We are talking about juveniles in custody. Police say that a chase ended in a crash this morning, and it started in Garner and ended in Raleigh. What we've learned about this pursuit.
Plus, lunar trip, the Artemis 2 crew getting the closest to the moon today. What this mission means for the future of space exploration.
And a cooler day out there today. We're in the 40s right now, so a chilly start to the day. I'll show you when temperatures drop down into the 30s coming up.